I don't have interest in marriage to kill him and her husband. So the reason why is that I just want to collect money from him. Yes, I regret it because they did not listen to what I told them, that we want to collect ordinary money. We don't want to kill them. We don't want to kill anybody.
Welcome to Africa Today Crime Channel. Do you know liking our video helps it grow faster? Please, today don't forget to like our video, subscribe and share. Thank you.
It was meant to be a joyful start to a new year. But in Abeokuta, Ogun State, January 1st, 2023 turned into a day of horror. A respected couple, Mr. Kehinde and Miss Bukola Fatinoye, and their only surviving son, Oreoluwa, were murdered in one of the most shocking killings in Nigerian history. What began as a quiet New Year celebration ended in blood, fire, and betrayal from someone they trusted the most. This is the story of how a loyal driver turned into a killer and how a family was wiped out in one night of greed, hate, and revenge. On the morning of January 1st, 2023, residents of Ibara GRA Abeokuta woke up to thick smoke rising from a two-story building. Inside that burning house was the lifeless body of Kehinde Fatinoye, a Central Bank of Nigeria staff, and his wife Bukola, an official at the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. Neighbors tried to help, but by the time they forced the door open, the damage was done. The house was already in flames and the couple's bodies were cleared beyond recognition. Everyone believed it was an accident until a surviving witness came forward. A man, their domestic staff, stumbled into the street, shaking, covered in ash and bleeding. He told neighbors that the couple had been attacked by men who broke into the house shortly after midnight. He said after setting the house on fire, the attackers dragged him and Oreoluwa, the couple's only surviving child, into a waiting vehicle. They drove them to Adigbe Bridge, tied their ends and threw them into the Ogun River. The man managed to untie himself and escape with injuries, but Oreoluwa never made it. 2 days later, local divers recovered his lifeless body floating in the river. The entire Abeokuta community went silent, a whole family gone. The police immediately began an investigation. At first, no one could understand why anyone would kill the Fatinoyes. They were quite hardworking civil servants who never quarreled with neighbors. But as detectives dug deeper, suspicion began to fall on someone close, someone who knew their routine, their schedule, their secrets. That person was Lekon Adekambi, the family's personal driver who had worked with them since 2018.
I don't have interest in marriage to kill him and her husband. So the reason why is that I just want to collect money from him.
4 persons involved in the whole issue. 3 has been confirmed dead.
Police tracked him down, but by then he had disappeared from his home for days. He hid in a friend's house in Obatoko, pretending to be out of town, but when officers finally caught him, he confessed everything. Lekon admitted he planned the robbery with 2 of his friends, Ahmed Akiyemi, also known as Akamo, and Wahid Adeni, known as Kofi. He said he felt insulted by his boss, Kehinde, who refused to give him a raise or loan during the Christmas period. He told police he was tired of serving the couple and wanted a big payback. On New Year's Eve, the gang met at a small beer joint behind Lafenwa. They agreed to storm the Fatinoye residence after the family returned from church. Lekon knew exactly where the house keys were kept and how to disable the alarm system. When they arrived past midnight, everything was quiet. The Fatinoyes had just returned from the crossover service and were preparing to rest. Then the killer struck. They entered through the kitchen door. Lekon led the way. The same man the couple trusted for years. Miss Bukola heard a strange sound and came out, only to see a driver holding a knife and 2 strange men behind him. A fight broke out. Kehinde tried to resist, shouting for help, but one of the attackers hit him on the head with an iron rod. Bukola screamed, begging them to take whatever they wanted, but by then, the gang had lost control. They tied the couple with ropes and demanded their ATM pins. When Kehinde refused to talk, they beat him repeatedly. Bukola, crying, tried to calm them down, promising to give them cash and valuables, but the men wanted more. They wanted to leave no witnesses. Lekon, out of anger, told the others to finish them. Moments later, the couple were strangled and left motionless. To cover their tracks, they set the house on fire, hoping to make it look like an accident. Before leaving, the men dragged Oreoluwa and the housekeeper into the car. They drove through the dark streets of Abeokuta, heading for the Ogun River Bridge. When they got to the bridge, they tied their hands and pushed them into the water. The plan was to kill everyone and erase every trace of crime, but fate spared one. The housekeeper managed to free himself, swim to the shore, and run for his life. He became the key witness that exposed the killers. Days later, the police paraded Lekon Adekambi, Ahmed Akamo, and Wahid Adeni at the Ogun State Police Headquarters. They all confessed to being part of a local cult group, saying they needed money for initiation and New Year's celebrations. Police spokesman Abimbola Oyeyemi confirmed that investigations had been concluded and the suspect would face trial for murder, arson, and kidnapping. He said, "We are not leaving any stone unturned. The suspect will face the full wrath of the law." As the suspects were led away in handcuffs, the people of Abeokuta watched in disbelief. A driver they once saw smiling beside his boss, now accused of killing him and his family. At the scene of the burnt house, the smell of smoke still hung in the air for days. Neighbors and relatives stood crying, saying the Fatinoes never deserved such an end. Kehinde's younger brother wept as he spoke to reporters, saying the family line had been completely wiped out. Their second child had already died months before. Today, the Fatinoye home remains silent. The walls still bear the marks of the fire that ended a peaceful family. What began as a simple act of betrayal turned into a crime that shocked an entire nation. This tragedy reminds everyone that evil can sometimes come from the people we trust the most, from inside our own homes, from those who eat, laugh, and live with us, but hide dangerous intentions in their hearts. The Fatinio family may be gone, but their stories stand as a warning that greed, envy, and betrayal can destroy even the closest bonds. Reporting for African Today Crime, this is the story of the Fatinoye family murder, the betrayal that bound Abeokuta.
So, Fatinoye share hello. So, once on 25,000 for me. So, when I was 25, I was share hello, but a year to 6 months. So, I want to come to compound. I'm going to compound. So, but to 1 year. So when she share my father, my back compound so my promoter. So yeah, what's up with him? Share on like it, with my share. Yeah, share but what TV be second year, but okay. So go to January 16, we are consult we are. Iṣẹ́ tẹ gbà mí fún yìí nǹkan lè mò ń ṣe yìí o driver lè gbà mí fún ò ṣe kí n máa clean ilé cleaner pé ẹ fi kówó oṣù mi o ọ̀rọ̀ kẹ yá mi lówó mi 1 year kì í fi wá nǹkan ṣe àní ẹ kò sí wàhálà ọmọ rẹ wá nǹkan ṣe sí ọdún kejì kọjá ọ̀sán anything ọdún kẹta mo dúró padà rán ìyàwó wọn létí torí ọkọ ọmọ kọ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ sọ fún ìyàwó pé mọ́mì ẹ yá mi ní ẹ sọ fún mi sọ́tọ́ dẹ̀dẹ̀lẹ̀ pé kọ́ yá mi lówó bí kọ́ yá mi lówó 1 year tàbí kọ́ fi kówó oṣù mi kí n máa ṣe iṣẹ́ yẹn kí n máa fi ṣe nǹkan kí n máa fi ṣiṣẹ́ wọ́n ṣáà ní pé kò sí wàhálà so ọdún kẹrin wọn sọ anything ọdún karùn-ún wọn sọ anything ìgbà tó di 2020 ní January COVID-19 tó dé so mo pe àbúrò wọn ẹni tó mi wá síbẹ̀ mo sọ fún pé àpé iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n gbà mí fún kọ́ ni san owó ẹ̀ wọ́n ti fi kúnṣẹ́ wọn wọn lè fi kówó mi o wọn lè yá mi lówó kí n fi wá nǹkan ṣe o so owó tí mò ń gbà yẹn mi lè ráyè tún yọ torí owó oúnjẹ ló bọ́ sí torí mò ń rán àbúrò méjì lọ skul èmi mò ń gbọ́ bùkátà ilé so mo ṣá after ìgbà tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn ni ìjọba dáhùn ṣá mo wá plan pé báwọn fẹ́ rí owó gbà lọ tó jẹ́ tọ́ ni pé owó iṣẹ́ tó fi kúnṣẹ́ yìí gbọ́dọ̀ gba owó tó jẹ́ tọ́ ni torí mo rí pọ́n fẹ́ going to 7 years.
7 years.
Yes.
Ṣé ìtọ́pọ̀ láti bàtà pẹ̀lú iṣẹ́ náà yóò fọ́ sí
25,000 so wọ́n ṣáà ní pé àpé kò sí ẹbí ṣáà gbé àpé mo wá lè ṣe kí n lè gbẹ̀tọ́ mi ṣáà plan lọ́kàn mi pé àpé ṣé kí n wò náà area boys tọba bọ́ ọmọ àtọ́wọ́n fà gbótọ́ mọ́ tí yẹn máa níbọn pé jẹ́ kí n wà mo ṣáà rí ẹnìkan lórí àdúgbò arúgbó lórí ọ̀dọ̀ ìyẹn máa ń smoke máa ń gbó mo wá fọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lọ pé ọ̀gá mi bá lọ ṣe pé báwo ni ẹrú gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn ó ní àpè kí ni plan mi báyìí mo ní nǹkan tí mo ti yẹ ọ ní pé ẹ̀yin ò lẹ́nu bẹ́ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú bá mi rí bọ́n yá lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ tí mo lè fún yín lọ́wọ́ ní bí ṣe mo ní tó 40,000 mo ní màá wá nǹkan ta tí mo lè owó yẹn mo ṣàkóso yẹn fún bàbá yẹn fún àyè pé òun ní ọkàn ṣe ń tàn mí so ó ṣàgbó yẹn lọ́wọ́ mi kò sọ anything ọ̀sẹ̀ kìíní ọ̀sẹ̀ kejì kò sọ anything so a ti wà ní time December o so mo á wá báwo lè ṣe mo ṣáà ń káàkiri mo ń wé area boys so mo tí mo rí wọn náà àwọn oníbọn mo á tà bàbá kan tiẹ̀ wà tó ń jẹ́ Kofi tẹ́kìtẹ̀ òun náà bá yẹ pé òun náà ṣe máa ń mú gbó máa ń smoke máa ń jà káàkiri àṣepọ̀ nǹkan fún àìgán tiẹ̀ níbọn lọ́wọ́ tí mi tiẹ̀ mú so mi yẹ pé báyìí bóyá ṣé ó lè wá mi rí.